Why?
That's corn. Somewhere in there are cows. And we are in Mississippi today. And I'm going to show you guys my sister's unique house and some of the cool features of this place on Sistercar Streetracing. Come along and check this out. Now you can tell already stepping on the porch of my sister's house that she has some unique things out here. Very unique taste in art and furniture, and she collects some really cool things. But I've spent some time on this porch playing guitar with the corn right across the street and the beautiful plants. And you can see here, this is just the beginning of some of the coolest things you'll probably see at a house. Now let's go inside. Hey dude! What are you doing, dude? All right, we step inside the house, and of course there's some really cool older vintage pictures here. I don't know exactly what they are. That says Guadalupe, so that's Mexico. So yeah, some really interesting old photography here. And then of course we are from New Orleans, so down here we have some very cool Mardi Gras stuff there, and we have Bo the cat. And then moving up here, there's some very cool antique lamps here. A very old antique, it looks like an armoire, or I guess you would call it a dresser, more like, and not an armoire. And then on top of that, some vintage photography, and I don't know the significance of this, probably isn't one. The cat is trying to open the door. You're not getting out, dude. Some interesting palm leaves here, a candle, and then some shawls adorning this, and some more old photography back here. But a very cool old dresser here as you enter the front door, and some older looking ornate lights. And then on my right here, some pretty cool artwork. As you can see, it's multi-leveled. Might be hard to tell on camera, but this is levels of paper or some kind of material. This is one of my friend's artwork, Andre. So he painted this of a local artist. Okay, so my sister is really into Day of the Dead stuff. So you're gonna see a lot of skulls and things related to Day of the Dead. And up here, we do have a cool picture. Looks like painted by Anthony Hart, and then a picture of my sis and her boyfriend there. And then down to some interesting artwork here. There's a diver's bell here. There is some kind of old, I think that's a trombone. There's an old cigar, a Puerto Rico tiny ukulele there, and then knickknacks on the top. And to the left of that, a old vintage microphone with some Mardi Gras beads, and an old, looks like a Mardi Gras trumpet, honestly, is what I think it is. And then a cool old piece of furniture underneath this. Looks like it's just like some sort of chest, and that is part of the living room there. Now let's move over. And this guitar is Paul Thorne. It has tickets on it, and it's autographed, and that is pretty cool. If you guys haven't heard Paul Thorne, go ahead and check him out. And there is his Catfish Alley poster, and then a picture of him and my sister, and some other Paul Thorne stuff here, and then cool little poster here, artwork by Paul Thorne. It is signed by him. And then a lanyard from his concert, and some other cool rock and roll related. Maybe he played in Clarksdale at the Deep Blues Festival. And then down here there's some Eddie Hodges stuff. Looks like an Eddie Hodges record autographed, and a old resonator guitar, which I have played this several times. It's kind of interesting to play. Some kind of, looks like a ray, manta ray or stingray skeleton there. And then we got an interesting little table right here as well. On this table, there's a bunch of knickknacks, a bunch of automobile-related stuff, some airplanes and stuff like that, some more Day of the Dead, picture of my sister's boyfriend with the president, and just a lot of cool little knickknacks. And then some art up top, looks like Mary art. Down below, a dog and a suitcase and some old antique, looks like antique buckets and an antique suitcase right there, suitcase. And then some walking sticks over here to round out this wall of coolness. Okay, over here on the side by the antique fireplace, you can see some more cross-related art. She really likes crosses and the Day of the Dead stuff, and an antique piece of furniture down there. An old antique chair, so a vase, an old phone here. Some really cool artwork, some more religious artwork, more cat interference. And then up here we've got a nice big painting, and on top of the mantle, a bunch of cool crosses and candles. And then down here in front of the fireplace, a bunch of cool little candles on a metal antique table. Very cool. Some more religious artwork there. Another cross here, which is pretty cool. You guys can see that. And more candles. And some more art in the corner here. There's a corner shelf with some interesting things on it. A few little knickknacks here and there. Some more crosses on the wall. And then over here in the window, there is a case full of antique cars. A Buddha here. Another old piece of furniture with a cool candelabra thing in front of it. And another really old antique chair there with a chandelier above the window. And then this ornate piece of iron here with some things hanging on it. And this couch with these nice pillows. You can see this really old cool suitcase here. An antique book on top. And then here is a signed Meatloaf autographed microphone. A cool Eminem dude with a saxophone. And then an Elvis. And you know, we just visited the birthplace of Elvis yesterday, and there's Elvis with his microphone chilling on top of this old piece of furniture here. And then another old table with some things inside the top, and a skull on top with a Mardi Gras hat of some kind, it looks like. Side there is a pretty cool piece of artwork up here, a bunch of candles, a bunch of old dishes, antique dishes, all the way down this, I guess you call it an armoire or a cabinet of some kind. And then on this side, some really cool, colorful curtains. Another Day of the Dead type skull. Old bowling pins too, which is very cool. And then in the corner, on the corner shelf, miscellaneous. Looks like a glass skull from the Skull vodka. Really cool artwork here. Really cool antique tables. Another pretty cool hanging mirror with some, and she's also a cat lover, if you couldn't tell. The cat's staring at Patricia. And then this, another cool little skull. And these hanging cat ornaments are awesome. Look, these are cool. And then rounding out her cool living room, she has some more neat artwork right here. And then, of course, more cats right there. And an awesome shelf. I like this piece of art here. It says odd on it, and it's got the little Barbie doll head. More religious stuff there, and then all the way down the shelf here, some interesting books, and a really old vintage guitar here with some signatures on it. Okay, in the kitchen here you can see some really cool antique stuff here, a dulcimer, some artwork up there, a neat old phone, and then of course a bunch of skulls and random. There's a llama here for your mama, and then grouper legs. We're in the foyer area, and this whole foyer has a lot of cool things in it related to rock and roll, and some cool artwork, bunch of wine bottles, really old wine bottles, and then up there signed guitars. They are Charlie Daniels, ZZ Top, Glenn Campbell, Eddie Hodges, B.B. King, and the Greg Allman signed guitar, all up above the door here, along with some old glass vases, old wagon wheel. Up there, there's a Christopher Cross signed guitar and some Elton John artwork down here on the side. But yeah, just a really cool collection of signed guitars. Top of the steps here, some more. But yeah, just a really cool collection of signed guitars and more music related stuff. And that is a Vince Gill signed guitar right there. And let's take it on upstairs where there's some really interesting artwork. A couple of signed guitars right here, along with a cool metal guitar guy and a bookshelf, and then an old music stand. Right here we got this rock and roll guy that used to be a suit of armor. Now he's all dressed up for Mardi Gras, and he's got his rock and roll record. Some old books over there, a really cool old guitar with a bunch of stickers on it. Just some more random cross artwork, and then of course this cool doll, which is so fascinating. It's like a doll in a wheelchair. This is what happened to baby Jane. I like it. I think it's awesome. And then here in the chair, nice old metal chair with an old helmet in it and another skull. Really cool old door with a voodoo thing on it, and of course more cats. And I love the horse decoration here. This is Love and Spoonful's signed guitar here. This one is Reba, James Taylor here, and then next to my mess over here, because we have taken over the upstairs. We love this thing. It's like a frog body with a doll head with a foot in the mouth. It's so cool. Over here, Star Wars memorabilia, drums over here, an alligator head, some cool books and dolls, Curious George stuff, Snoopy stuff. And again, I've taken over this area with my suitcase, but very cool mirrors and a shelf here with different types of kind of Day of the Dead stuff. Interesting artwork here. The top here, that reminds me of The Oldest View. If you don't watch Kane Pixels, you should watch The Oldest View. He is very talented. And then interesting baby head inside of a thing. And then again, we took over a lot of this area, so it is messy because we have a blow-up bed chilling in the back here. I thought this probably makes interesting lighting. And then below it, there's a candelabra here with some cool old candles with the fleur-de-lis, because we are from New Orleans. And some interesting artwork here, an old telephone, some art. Same over here, some art there. Some more art up here above on the wall with the disco ball making interesting light in the background. Okay, going out into the backyard of my sister's house is kind of where craziest backyard happens. This is one of the most tropical backyards I've ever seen. Take a look around here at my sister's backyard. She has this place all decked out with flowers and plants of all kind. Beautiful flower beds and the pool. Every square inch of the backyard has some kind of cool flower, plant, or art. And we actually are going to be installing some LED curtain lights out here today. Moving to what we came here for, she does have a pool here with plants all the way around it. You can see how beautiful it is. They take care of this with a lot of attention and care, and it's a lot of work to get these things taken care of and watered every day. It's an oasis back here. Check out this array of plants, flowers, trees. It even goes all the way back here. There's a big space back here, and they have the banana plants. Every flower you can think of, and then this beautiful pool here. Artwork, that one is missing its head, but still. And so yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little insight into one of the coolest places I've been to. One of the most beautiful backyards I've seen, and this is in Mississippi. Check out that, guys. Just amazing. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, enjoyed a look into this beautiful house, beautiful backyard. And we'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for joining us. Like, subscribe, please.